Hello, Facebook fans and YouTube fans of DX Engineering. It is Tuesday afternoon here in the Eastern Time Zone, 1817 Zulu on November 14th, 2023. And this is Tuesdays with DX Engineering. And we have a DX Engineering ambassador. It's Bob, WC3O, from down near Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Hello, Bob.
Hello, Tim.
And affectionately, you're known as Cookie because you spend a lot of time cooking for the operators at the Skyview Radio Club.
I do.
And so, you've got radio as a passion, cooking as a passion, and it looks like you have a passionate second op there.
Yeah, this is my backup op here, Lizzie.
Well, it's always good to have a backup op. And Bob, why don't you talk about some of the activities that the Skyview Club does during the year, including your jaunts to DX Engineering?
Well, yeah, we've been coming to DX Engineering usually twice a year, once in the fall, once in the spring. And Tim is often gracious to have us visit the shack there and give us the grand tour. And then we make our way to DX Engineering and see what we see there. Other activities, we have a lot of activities. We have a lot of people that participate in POTA and SOTA, and we have an event every year we call "You'll Shoot Your Eye Out, Kid," where we go to a shooting range and we shoot at Smith charts and try to get a 50 ohm resistive load there shot. And anybody that knows Skyview knows that we're a food club with a radio problem. So it's usually always based around going somewhere to eat and having a good time. So bottom line is having a good time. So we have a lot of activities. We have weather. Tonight is weather night. Second Tuesday of the month is weather night. We'll be talking about snow measurements and ice accretion measurements. And next second Tuesday of the month, we're having a winter Skywarn class. We participate in 13 colonies, and we usually Pennsylvania usually comes in pretty close to the top there every year. And come January, early January, we'll be participating in the RIDI Roundup, where we sometimes take first place USA, which is a point of pride. And so we have lots of things going on.
So, Bob, talk a little bit about the club as an organization and the 3 clubs in Pittsburgh that have these tremendous clubhouses.
Yeah, I often wonder if the founders of the clubhouses thought that their creations would still be going strong many years later. There's Skyview has a clubhouse. We have got about 2 acres of property and antenna farm, radio room, kitchen. And Steel City has a fabulous clubhouse out in Carnegie, and Uniontown has a really nice clubhouse. They have about 6 acres of land and a beautiful view out in Uniontown. So,
that's
nice to have a home base.
Right. So let's go through the call signs of all these clubhouses. You've got, of course, Skyview, K3MJW, and W3GH. Talk about the 2 call signs, Bob.
Okay, that started some years ago. When we started, some of the people in the club wanted to do field day very casual. Others wanted to do it in a contest fashion, and we did very well. Well, the people that wanted to do the contest style. So we decided to make everybody happy as a club. You can have more than one call sign. And so at K3MJW, we try to do field day competitively. And W3GH, which we usually use for our contesting call sign. Bob King, who you know, Tim, was a really, really great guy, and he was one of the founding members of Skyview. We just got a second call sign so that we can do 2 field days, one relaxed and one more competitive. And like I said, we use the W3GH for most of our contesting.
So, and talk about the Uniontown Club.
Uniontown Club is, I think both clubs are older than us. We started in 1960. I'm not sure as the dates, but Steel City just had, like, I think, an 80th anniversary. I'm not sure how long W3PIE has been around. A great bunch of folks out there. So always enjoy going to their Gab Fest. And we have a food competition at our Ham Fest. We have the Skyview Burger and the Skyview Dipole Hot Dog. They have the Kerr Burger. And so always a good time going out there.
So let's talk about W3KWH Steel City. 80 years, Bob.
80 years.
That is incredible. And what a great bunch of people that are running that.
They have some really great old pictures on there from back in the day. I think the original building was a PPG experimental thing that they painted and see how the paint would stand up. And they got a hold of that little hut and expanded on from there. And there's pretty interesting pictures on their website. And Christine N3LRG, Art WA3BKD. There's a whole slew of people out there that keep the place humming. They just put up a new pavilion too. I just got pictures of that.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
But what is really good about all three of these QTHs, these clubhouses, is they're up high. You know, they're up on you can't call them mountains, right? But you can call them good hills.
Sure. Place with a good view.
Yeah, I mean, when at Skyview, you just recently put up a 2-element 40-meter beam. Talk about that project, Bob.
That project emanated from a advertisement on the North Hills Amateur Radio Club's reflector about somebody was giving away free for the taking down. And when I hear free, I go, what's that? So a 60-foot pie rod tower. And as you know, Tim, how good pie rod towers are with the solid legs. So we invented a way to get the tower down, and everybody lived to talk about it. And we put it back up at our clubhouse. We put together, we had a bunch of aluminum from various antennas, and you were very gracious to help me with plans to make that 40-meter moxon. And it's largely all home brew, and most of it is all scrap aluminum that we had around. And I always tell people, I always laugh. I said, that's the first antenna I've ever built that behaved the way it was supposed to behave. Because every time I build an antenna, I pay close attention to all the specs. And, it's always goofy in some way, but that moxon has beautiful SWR from the bottom of the band to the top, and plays very, very well. And you were right when you told me it was a game changer. It was a game changer. So,
yeah, that 2-element moxon, and the details are on my website. And of course, you can buy all the aluminum at DX Engineering to build one. It's just a spectacular antenna that Dave Leeson, W6NL, designed many years ago, and I've got a pair of them here, and they work really, really well. And so if you're interested in a 2-element 40-meter moxon, take a look at the engineering notes on K3LR.com. Bob, let's get back and talk about your trip last week. How many food stops were there along the way?
Well, there's a place that some of us stopped for breakfast. See, the trip coming out to you is not directly a Skyview thing. It's something I've thrown together over the years and very, very loosely coupled. And we had folks from North Hills, from Steel City, from Two Rivers. Anybody that wants to come along is welcome to come along, because we're all hams, And but some of us stopped at David's Diner, which is in Springdale, and David's Diner is consistently voted as one of the best diners in the country, and it is. So their food is really tough to beat, and great bunch of folks down there. And yeah, there was that, and not everybody came there because it wasn't, like I said, people from all around coming, and Butler from the Butler Club as well. I forgot that. So not everybody came to breakfast, but we did. Most of us went together for lunch at the Globe, which you had recommended to us, which turned out to be very good. Where we were all able to sit together, and so we had a great time. And the folks at DXE treated us very well. And some things may have come home with us that we're not willing to admit to. So I think,
you know when it's good when you got to sneak in the back door, right?
yeah. I think Kurt may have come home with a 7610 and a mast, and I'm not sure.
Ooh.
Yeah. So
yeah, boy, a 7610.
That's a great radio.
He has probably not slept since. You know,
no.
He's having a ball with that. The 7610 is really a good radio. Bob, let's see who we've got in the chat room here real quick. We've got Jose, XE2 Zulu down in Mexico, and our friend Michael, W3MLJ from Zillion Opal, and part of the K2M team, and other, I guess he was up at K1RX for Secure Worldwide Phone, which is great. K4 Mike November in North Carolina. Our good friend Dan, WA4 Mike Oscar Mike, and a special hello to the second op. So Lizzie's getting some showtime. Yep. Jamie Schwartz is on. Bob the Traveler, WD8NVN, on. He's on from Ohio, which, you know, sometimes he's in Ohio, sometimes he's in Florida. Our good friend Jimmy Cessna, Kilo Bravo 8 November. It's all about the food. And our amplifier guru, John Stanford, Kilo Fox 6 India. Greetings from Island Amplifier. And Tommy is on from Georgia, Kilo 4 Victor Tango Echo. And Joe, November 3 Whiskey Hotel. Do you know Joe, Bob?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Matter of fact, I listen to the Butler Machine on my way into work, and I hear Joe and the gang there every morning talking about their adventures. Joe does a lot of satellite work, too.
Oh, cool. Well, you know, there's lots going on with satellites. We might have to talk to Joe here one of these times. But Bob, we were thrilled to host you and all your friends and tag-alongs up here at K3LR over the weekend. And, you know, we are always open for club tours. Just contact Terry, K8 Mike, November Juliet at dxengineering.com, and she'll set you up. And if you'd like to have a club presentation, we've got 7 or 8 different presentations, and we're always thrilled. I'm going to be talking to the University of Michigan here on Thursday night for their ham radio club. So lots going on there. And the club out at Scranton University got their DX Engineering Skyhawk up over the weekend. And so they're on the air and having fun. And that's what it's all about. This is the best hobby in the world. Bob, thanks so much for being on here today and sharing your story. And thank you for all you do for ham radio and the Skyview group and other groups. It's just spectacular. And I see a microphone in the background there. What's that about?
You'd think of what, this?
Yeah.
I've had this since I was a lowly CBer. And it's still the same one. The paint's all worn on it, straight cord, no non-amplified. Currently has a Heil HC5 element in the head there.
All right. Well,
I've had that on everything since the CB.
But you're a diehard CW guy, and we love that about you.
Yep.
So until next time, thanks, Bob, and 73 from DX Engineering.
Right. We'll see you down the log.